Welcome! My name is Emmy. This is the channel Frugal Money Saver. My husband Paul and I, who is behind the camera, are an early retirement couple living debt-free in the state of New York. So we welcome you. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button, come on in. And if you are returning, we appreciate you and we thank you. Today's video is a special one, because I took something I bought for $1 that I thought was pretty much a waste of money. And it turned out to be a total blessing. Please stay tuned to see what I did to take a $1 item and turn it into a total heirloom. We also created 0 food waste recipes. I went through my refrigerator, cleaned things out. I had one of this or something here that we weren't using, and I just created a bunch of yummy meals. I don't know about you, but they call these days of summer the lazy days of summer. And I'm feeling like it's pretty much anything but lazy. We have just been so busy. And now the July 4th weekend is upon us, which is so exciting. And if you missed Tuesday's video, check it out. It's all about money-saving tips on entertaining. So let's get into my refrigerator, see what's in there, and see how we can create some mouth-watering meals for minimal cost. I'm trying to make room in the refrigerator because we are having our 4th of July get-together this weekend. So what I did was I pulled out a yellow squash I had, and I am sauteing that. I had a bunch of bread pieces, ends and pieces that we hadn't used that were thin. I'm going to make some air fryer croutons. So I'm just trying to clean everything out pretty much. We have 2 cupcakes. I made a small batch of 6 cupcakes for our anniversary over the weekend with some homemade icing. So we still have 2 of those left. So I need to do some food prep to get ready so that we can use the refrigerator to store our prepared food for the holiday. So I just took the yellow squash and I put a little olive oil in my pan. And now I'm just giving it a quick saute. What I'm going to do is add this to a cold tortellini salad I'm making. Our son comes every Tuesday for dinner and a movie, and we love that. But it is right now about 95 degrees outside. So I am going to be making BLTs for dinner, and then I'm going to make some cold tortellini salad to have on the side. And I figured the squash added to that would be perfect. I love to do this because a cold tortellini salad you pretty much can get away with adding anything to. So I had just a couple of olives left in this jar, so I am going to add that as well. And now we have an empty jar, more room in the fridge. Use up what you have. I have told you about this dressing before. It's Ken's Tableside Caesar. And as we continue to clean out the fridge, we added some grated carrots. Now I'm just going to put a little of this Ken's Tableside Caesar. It is the best for cold salads. I put the yellow zucchini in here and the olives. This is going to be so good. Dixie agrees. We're going to refrigerate this and we'll have this for dinner. It's just taking odds and ends, mixing it together, and creating something new and delicious. So this was a bag of like straggler bread pieces. As you can tell, we're not big on eating the ends of bread, but just some older pieces of bread that we had, some in the refrigerator, some in the freezer. And what I did was took them out and I let them sit overnight on my counter so they dried out, because croutons are always better when the bread is dry. Now, I have never made them in the air fryer before. I'm going to do it today again because we're in the middle of the heat wave and I don't want to lose this bread. And we eat a lot of salads in the summer, so this will be perfect. So let's get to work. I'm going to chop these into little cubes. So I melted 2 tablespoons of butter and 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Just heated it up. Now I am going to use some everything but the bagel seasoning. In here to season my croutons because it pretty much has everything in here. Garlic, onion, a little sea salt, sesame seeds, poppy seeds. This is gonna be so good. So we're just heating this through, and I'm putting it in the oil because I feel like it'll disperse a little bit better on the croutons. Now I'm going to take this and I am going to pour this all over our croutons. And I'm going to give it a good mix. You want to coat it as much as possible. So I had about 10 pieces of bread, and I started out with 2 tablespoons of butter and 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And there's just too many croutons that are still dry. So what I did was I just melted down another tablespoon of butter and another tablespoon of olive oil. So that would be 3 and 3. Now that's a little bit better because a dried crouton is just going to taste like a dried piece of bread. So we're going to mix these all up and we're going to put them in the air fryer and let's see how they come out. So here they are in my air fryer basket. I'm going to place them in. We're going to do 390 and I have it on for 3 minutes. And we'll give it a shake and see how it's doing at that point. Timer just went off for 3 minutes. Oh, those look. Oh my gosh, amazing. And I'm not heating up the kitchen. Let me say, ooh, they're pretty crisp. You know what? Because I like them super crispy, I'm going to do it another minute more. 390, 1 more minute. Here they are after 4 minutes. They are perfect. Did I ever tell you how much I love my air fryer? Honestly, wow. I just made an entire batch of croutons, cooked for 4 minutes. My oven wouldn't even be up to temperature at this point. I'm going to let them cool now, and then they'll crisp even more. Then they're going to go into an airtight container into our refrigerator. And we have croutons for our salads. Continuing on using what we have, I have some bananas that need to be used up desperately. A box of instant chocolate pudding. If you watch my hauls, I got this for a really great price. 2 cups of milk. And then when we were on vacation in Carolina, we picked up graham crackers for the ride home and we ate some for breakfast, and I still have a bunch left. So I figured, let's see what kind of dessert I can come up with. So the first thing I am going to do, now I don't know if this is going to work or what it's going to taste like, but graham crackers, pudding, bananas, how bad can it be, right? I'm going to line the bottom. Now I'm just cutting these up right in here to make my life easier. I love when I get to go through the kitchen like this and just create. So this is a 2.3 ounce box of instant pudding. Put that in here. Now we're going to take our 2 cups of milk and add that right into the bowl with the dry pudding mix. Now I'm going to whisk this for 2 minutes as per the box's instructions. I whisked this for 2 minutes straight, dissolved beautifully. Now pouring this on top. This is so fun. I have no idea what this is going to be like. We're just spreading this out on top of the graham crackers and the bananas. Isn't this fun? I don't know, maybe I'm different, but I love to take what I have in the house and come up with creative items for it. This way we're not wasting anything, and my son's going to think this is a gourmet treat. So I said to Paul, what do? We can't put another layer of graham crackers. They're not going to get too soft. And he said, just take graham crackers, which I am going to do, he said, and crumble them all over the top. And I thought, what a cool idea. And that looks amazing. We'll put it in the refrigerator covered for the next couple of hours. Let those graham crackers get soft, and we'll show you what it looks like when it's dessert time. I hope you enjoyed that segment. Everything was beyond. There was pretty much nothing left. Oh my gosh, my son loved it. It was so easy, so economical, and the tortellini salad is always a hit. And what's so great about that, you can use whatever you have on hand. And the croutons, we have them in the fridge. We've been eating off of them. So delicious. Now I'm going to switch gears and I am going to show you a vintage tablecloth that I paid $1 for at a church sale. And it had some pretty horrific stains on it. And I want to show you the technique I used to restore this cloth to its original beauty. Here it is. I hope it encourages you. Okay, we're going to try a little bit of an experiment. You know how I love vintage tablecloths. I found this one for $1 at a church sale the other day, but it is stained. You see there, up here, look at it. And I figured for $1, I'm going to give it a try and see if we can get these out. Not sure if this is going to work. I went on YouTube, and what it told me to do was use some OxyClean. So this is just some dollar store like Oxy cleaner, and I'm going to try using this. What we did is we came outside in the sun and I filled a bucket with hot water. Now I'm going to literally take this dollar store OxyClean and I'm going to add a scoop. And you can hear it bubbling. And I'm going to give this a good mix. I'm just using a dowel here. And what they said to do is let this linen soak in the OxyClean in the sun. And it may take several hours. I couldn't let the tablecloth go for $1. I just couldn't. Even if I use it for napkins, I cut it up because not the whole thing is stained. We are looking at the before, which I showed you. Look at the middle of this all through here. I hope you guys can see it. It's pretty stained, but it is such, look at this tablecloth, how gorgeous. Yeah, here's more up here. We're gonna put this in and we are just going to let this sit in the sun with the OxyClean, and this will keep the water really warm. And what I'm gonna do probably is every once in a while I will come out, and Dixie's inside, I didn't take her out with me, is possibly come out and give it a stir. And don't leave this anywhere where children or animals can get it if it's just sitting out like this. Just be cautious of that. Let's keep our fingers crossed that the stains actually come out with this. This has been soaking for about 6 hours in the OxyClean out here, and I kept moving it with the sun. I'm gonna rinse it off outside with the hose. Could you imagine if this works? Oh my gosh, I'm getting so excited. Okay. We're going to rinse this off and I'll show it to you. Paul is being such a good sport. He's holding it up for me. Oh my goodness. Okay, you can still, I don't know if you can see it, there's a little bit of yellow right here. But nothing like it was. Oh my gosh, are you seeing this? Woo! And now what I'm going to do is put it in the washing machine with regular detergent. Look at this cloth. But I can live with that faint stain. The rest are all gone. Look at this. So excited. I'll show it to you on the table. Here it is. I washed it. I ironed it. And it is pristine. I cannot see one stain anywhere on this magnificent tablecloth. And don't be fooled. This is a rectangle tablecloth, but I use them all the time on my round table because I see a beauty like this and I think, well, maybe, and you know what? It looks amazing. I hope you guys can really see it. Look at the colors of these flowers. Every stain is gone. So with a little ingenuity, which is what we try to strive for, having beautiful things, lower cost, but quality items. And this is just a total win for me personally. Hope you enjoyed it. To say that I am beyond blessed is an understatement with that tablecloth. I literally thought I was going to cut it up for napkins or scrap it. I figured $1, went to the church, good cause. We restored that to its original glory. It is so beautiful, honestly. Paul and I really love the mid-century linens and Pyrex, and he's on board, which is so funny because I did get a comment once that said my house is very femininely decorated. Femininely, is that a word? My house is decorated feminine. But anyway, and I presented that comment to Paul, and Paul's like, are you kidding? He's like, I love this stuff. Be true to who you are. Be true to who you are. Your decorating style is yours. And my girlfriend said to us the other day, she's like, you were born in the wrong era. But what's so great is we can take that era and bring it into our modern home and enjoy all those beautiful things of days gone by, the simplicity of them and the amazing quality of them. So I hope this video blessed you. I hope you are enjoying this summer. We wish you a very blessed, safe 4th of July weekend. Tune in the beginning of next week because I am going to be showing you what we did. We're going to be sharing our gathering with you and the food and the activities. And please leave me a comment. Tell me what you thought about the video. You know we love to hear from you. A big thumbs up, please. It helps Paul and I so much. If you get a chance, watch an ad. We always appreciate that. Stay well, stay safe. We wish you blessings, and until our next video, bye-bye. Oh my goodness, look at this little bundle of love right here. While I was filming, she was laying right here next to me. Look at her feet. They're just all wrapped up. And then her little baby sleepy face. Oh my God. She's got flipped ear again. We gave her her summer haircut the other day, and she looks even tinier than she did before. She loves you all. Be safe, be well.